What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I actually had a completely different video planned for you guys today. But Treyarch went ahead and released the notes for what we can expect within the brand new update that's coming for mid-season that's going to be coming with Grind and, all these other events. So I wanted to discuss with you guys what to expect out of this event. And again, Treyarch isn't doing shabby, although I will say they are far, far, far behind Sledgehammer Games when it comes to events and cosmetics. But you already know the end results of how this event is going to turn out. Cool things here, cool things there, but as usual, Activision just can't help but getting their grubby little fingers in the mix and ruining it all for the community. But ladies and gentlemen, before we go and dive deep, if you guys are interested in more content just like this, don't forget subscribing and hit that bell. We post daily here at 8 in the morning Eastern time. And also, if you guys are interested in any of my live streams, I do stream Monday through Saturday over on Twitch, starting between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern time. And also, this Saturday, we're doing our, again, not OG Battlefield stream, but we are going to be playing Battlefield 3, 4, Hardline, 1, 5, and 2042. So if you guys are interested and you want to see how those games are holding up, by all means, tune to the stream on Saturday. Got to link that channel down in the description of this video. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to go ahead and leave the link to the actual patch notes here so you guys can read them for yourselves, and I'm going to just kind of summarize all the details on what you can go ahead and pretty much expect when it comes to this brand new event. First and foremost, obviously, we're going to be getting 2 new maps. We're going to be getting Grind, which we already know about. And the cool thing about Grind is that we're getting a TMNT kind of version of Grind. So it's not going to be our classic version of Grind. It's actually going to be a bunch of graffiti and other cool things that are TMNT related. And honestly, I think that's pretty badass. I really like that for a kind of overhaul of Grind. And also on top of that, we're getting a TMNT mosh pit, which is going to be a brand new game mode, which I'll go ahead and talk about a bit later. And also, we're going to have a new loadout content. Basically, we're going to be getting a new perk, and we're also going to be getting a brand new wild card as well. But before we dive deep into all that stuff, this is what Grind is going to look like here. As you can see, it has a bunch of graffiti and, the TMNT style vibes to it, which I think are pretty cool, but I want to know what you guys think down in the comment section. And then we're going to be getting Bullet, which is, a lot of people have been throwing this map around on social media, making fun of it. But again, you guys got to remember, this is a 2v2 map. And low-key, I don't think it's too shabby. Like, I like Lifeline as well. I like that format of a face-off map. But again, it's more so fun for 2v2, gunfight. I don't know how well this is going to go for 6v6. This is going to be the most chaotic thing I've ever witnessed. But there's a lot of people who enjoy this stuff, so we'll see. You guys know me. I still wish they would hyper-focus 6v6 over face-off in every way, shape, or form. I still think they should make base 6v6 maps and then cut them down into face-off maps. That way we have stuff that's made for 6v6, and then face-off is kind of like the, I don't want to say the side mode, but it's a little bit more of a side, yes, a side mode, because it is for Call of Duty. It's always been a side mode. Even when it was implemented in Modern Warfare 3 back in the OG days, it was a side mode. And I was hoping for it to be more of a side mode, but it is what it is. It's getting its mainline content, and I think people will be interested to see how this turns out. But let's move over to the actual mosh pit here. I'm going to read off to you guys what the TMNT mosh pit is going to be. It says right here, enter a game of team deathmatch, domination, or hardpoint, and unleash ninja-level abilities and TMNT score streaks against your enemies in pursuit of victory. These special score streaks are earned by scoring as normal, but because the turtles work as a team, objective plays award an increase in score. I like that a lot. I wish that would be how the base game works, even though we do get a decent amount of XP for playing objective. But again, that's, in my opinion, in any Call of Duty game, objective XP should outweigh anything in the game. Kills, streaks, whatever. Objective XP should be priority number 1. But moving on here, let's actually talk about the abilities here. The blog post says, activating your special score streak gives you the following benefits. General abilities. For 30 seconds, gain increased health, plus fast health regen, and increased movement speed and melee range. A HUD indicator will flash when an enemy is outside your view, and being shot while running towards an enemy will not slow you down. You can perform finishing moves on enemies from any direction. Plus, gain the ability to double jump and air dash. That to me sounds pretty cool. I'm not going to lie to you. Double jumping and air dashing actually sounds pretty unique. I'm kind of curious to see what this game mode is going to be. I really like how the game modes have been kind of unique. Each and every one they implemented into this game, besides, the Valentine's Day game modes, those were kind of lame. But all the other ones for 6v6 have actually been kind of fun. So I'm curious to see how this is going to go down. But there are going to be turtle powers, apparently. Basically, each turtle is going to have special abilities within this game mode. And I'm a tad bit worried if you purchased one of the turtles in the store bundle, if you're going to have permanent abilities in this mode. But I guess it doesn't really care because, it's only a part-time mode in the game. It's not like this is going to transfer over to TDM, Dom, Hardpoint, all the other modes in the game. But it says here, using your TMNT score streak also activates one of the several different character-specific abilities. One of these abilities is assigned randomly to players at the start of of the match. Those deploying with a TMNT operator, however, will get access to that character's specific score streak. The abilities include Splinter, vanish in smoke and teleport to a safe location behind enemy lines. Leonardo gained the Tracker, Ghost, Vigilance, and Cold-Blooded perks to navigate the map in stealth. Donatello, see operators through walls, as well as equipment, field upgrades, and score streaks, hack enemy equipment and field upgrades. And Michelangelo drops a pizza box for your team. Players who eat a slice will deal double damage for a short time. Replenishes ammo and equipment. That's insane. And then Raphael gets unlimited shuriken. You know what I'm saying? Not too shabby. Sounds pretty fun. And again, I know it sounds overpowered, but you got to keep in mind it's just a limited time mode. Then the new loadout content. Here's where it gets very juicy for, the regular 6v6 experience. The new perk is going to be called Hunter's Instinct. It's going to be perk slot 2. It's going to be a red perk. And that's going to be a little hard for me because you guys know I love running all 3 blue because it's toxic, and until Treyarch decides to fix the wall hacks that you get from having 3 blue, I probably won't change it, and I adore Slipstream. I'm still going to give this, perk a try, but I don't know if I'm going to replace it out, from using Slipstream. But the description for this perk says, eliminating an enemy will mark the next closest one. A narrow cone briefly appears on your minimap after an elimination, showing the general direction of your next nearest foe. Wasn't that in Call of Duty Ghost as well? I'm down for it though. That sounds pretty fun to mess around with, and I will, like I said, definitely test it out when it drops, and we'll try it out on stream. And then the new wild card is going to be Fly Swatter. Basically, what is this again? It allows a player to replace their dedicated melee weapon with a launcher. So basically, for people trying to take down streaks, yeah, this is going to be great. You already know I'm going to run this on my dedicated streak shoot down class. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely running 2 launchers on that bad boy. So, all in all, not too bad content. And when it comes to zombies, again, I'll leave you guys to read that, with your own time, because I don't really, let's be honest, you guys know me. I don't really care too much about the zombies vibe. And same thing when it comes to Warzone. That's up to you guys. And Warzone seems to be lacking, but zombies is at least getting something when it comes to, content within this new update. But I do want to mention the special weapons we're going to go ahead and unlock here. Honestly, only one of them seems cool to me. The rest of them are just basically weapons, that kind of fit the TMNT universe. One being, a skateboard, katanas, a bow staff, so on and so forth. You guys are nunchucks. You guys get the vibes. Just a bunch of melee weapons. Personally, I gotta be real. Although it fits the vibes, I get it. It fits the TMNT vibe. I just don't care. I don't use melee weapons like that. I always just run my knife. It doesn't really bother me to use anything else. The only thing I really care about is weapons. And when it comes to weapons, we are indeed getting one new one, which is going to be a freaking saw launcher. I'm actually very curious to see how this one's going to turn out here. It says right here that the saw blade launcher is going to have 20 levels, 3 mags, and the mag size is going to be 5. And the description says, cut the enemy to ribbons with this special secondary weapon that fires saw blades at your foe. A variety based on the infamous D13 sector and Black Ops 3. Use the special launcher by firing down sights or off the hip and account for the weapon's heavier projectiles when acquiring targets. A quick reload speed gets you back into the action with several powerful attachments available via Gunsmith, including new projectile types like the explosive and ricochet blades, as well as a long barrel, crossbar, and an overclocked stock. Loki, this is kind of sounding pretty cool. I'm not too much of a secondary fan, and usually I'm just, I'm devoted to having a pistol because it's just, handy whenever you're in dire need of having something and you're out of ammo or something like that, It's nice to have a pistol, but this just kind of sounds fun and trolly. I'm curious how quickly it will kill, because if it kills fast, the ricochet, blades might actually be hilarious to use, especially in game modes like Domination or Hardpoint 10v10. Imagine shooting a ricochet, blade into the zone and just seeing it pop off, get you 3, 4, 5 kills. I'm curious to see the potential of that one. But other than that, the only other mod that we're going to be seeing that's going to be worth your guys' time that's not a melee weapon is going to be a aftermarket part that's going to be for the LMGs. It's going to be for the PU-21, XMG, GPMG7, and the Fang 82 LMGs. And it's going to be the belt-fed attachment, which we talked about a little while ago when they first mentioned it. But basically, you guys already know what it is. You don't have to reload that much. It's just going to give you a super extended mag in the LMG. But at the trade-off of if you continuously fire it, it will overheat. So you have to keep that in mind while using it. But low-key, I'll be real, when it comes to my LMG gameplay, I don't really, just sit there and spray with it. I'm pretty strategic when it comes to, where I place my shots with my LMG. So this might be the way, not having to reload at all and just, pummeling opponents. Low-key, I'm kind of excited to give this a go. And I can't wait to talk about it in a video with you guys. But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, It's some cool things, right? Treyarch, they're trying, although it's not as good as Sledgehammer. Like I said before, Sledgehammer knocked out of the park, but it's still a few cool things to see within the midseason event. It's just not going to be a bunch of, only melee weapons with nothing else and, barely anything to earn. But once again, as you guys know, we are going to be getting events along with this midseason, drop of content. And you know how it is when it comes to Activision and events. They always find a way to mess it up. This is supposed to be a TMNT event, right? And if I remember correctly from the past in other games, not Black Ops 6, but obviously in games like Modern Warfare 3, when they host an event around something that's very popular, they go ahead and give us stuff for the event, right? Like The Walking Dead, for example. When they went ahead and dropped the Walking Dead season, we got Walking Dead characters, the main characters that we actually give a crap about, right, ladies and gentlemen? Right out the gate. Like, it was perfect. And of course, if you wanted to spend more in the store and get different characters and different equipment, by all means, go ahead and do so. But at least you get something that is craved in that universe. Well, I'm just going to show you guys the event pass right here. Guys, I mean, it's just like the Squid Game event. We are basically getting nothing for the free track. I'm not going to use any of the operators. The skateboard is just another melee weapon. It'll be hilarious to use for a little bit, but I don't care. The only thing that I care about is the belt-fed mag and also the saw blade launcher, which is, once again, guaranteed content that they've been talking about since Season 2 launched for mid-season, right? Nothing new here. It's not like Modern Warfare 3 where they give us the planned content from the season, and on top of that, they give us additional free content like camos, operators, that we had no clue about. No. You just basically get what you already knew you were going to get. And all the cool rewards, all the weapon blueprints, all, the finishers, all the gun screens. And again, the operators that we would actually give a shit about are locked behind the paid version of the event pass. I gotta be honest, I'm getting sick of how, Activision is handling these events. It just seems kind of scumming to me. And then on top of that, all of the turtle packs are going to be around, I think, 25 each. So we're looking at around $80, ladies and gentlemen. $80 to get each and every turtle. You're telling me they couldn't just do one $30 bundle where they have a few different turtles? You're telling me you couldn't do that? You could have a few turtles and a $30 bundle and then put one of the turtles in the event pass because clearly people already paid $70 to $100. They deserve the events and all the content within the game. You know what I'm saying? Why is it not a turtle within the free event pass? And then, they sell the other turtles, once again, in a store bundle if they please. Instead, they are literally having a bundle for each and every turtle. I get it. Each and every one of them have a different personality, so they're probably going to try to, branch them out and, handle it in their own personal bundles. But to me personally, it just seems like, once again, money hungry. Money hungry. That's all it really seems to me. This whole event is around these individuals, these characters, and we are getting no access to any of them unless, of course, you pay money. I know people might call me greedy or selfish or something of that sort, but like I said, when you already set the standards in the past, you have to follow those standards, and Sledgehammer set the standards. They gave us events that were revolved around big series. We got free content for those series, and then if you wanted to cough up extra money because you appreciate the free content, you can go ahead and do so, go into the store, and buy more of the bundles for that series that you care about. We get nothing. We literally get nothing. The only thing that you'll probably really care about is the weapons that you'll be able to use. But in all reality, the weapons are useless if you're not rocking them with the turtles. You know what I'm saying? They're literally irrelevant. The weapons mean nothing without the turtles behind them. And that is where it just kind of gets disgusting to me. It's like it doesn't matter how much Treyarch tries to incorporate anything good within this game. It's always going to be overshadowed by the incompetence known as the publishers managing the game. And to be completely honest here, I guess Treyarch has to share some of the blame too, because who's going to hop back into the experience when the game is so busted? Packet burst all the time. The servers are literally crapping themselves. The game is not optimized in its current state. And it just happened with Season 2. Everybody was having a perfectly fine experience, Season 1. And then out of the blue, the whole game just dies. And we're about to hit mid-season, and they haven't resolved any of the issues yet. If it was like a week after Season 2 launch and they fixed it up, it's like great and all. That's good. It shouldn't happen in the first place, but, at least we got it resolved. We're going mid-season, guys. Mid-season. And the game is still not working properly. It's like Treyarch can do everything in the world. They can introduce every single, item that could, entice people to hop back in. but nobody is going to want to hop back in while these problems are still present, you know? As cool as this event might become, because let's be honest, I do appreciate them making the grind map around TMNT, because I was saying before that I want to see them actually give us maps that are, that have vibes around the event that they're bringing forward. This is great, They brought forward an event and they gave us some vibes for it, but it's being held back by too many factors between Treyarch and Activision combined. And, we'll see. I'll test it out. We'll try it on stream and we'll see how things go. But if you want my true, opinion about this, I think a lot of the casual base isn't even going to bother hopping back in. It's going to be a hard one. I feel like some will because there's some hardcore fans out there, but the mass majority, I don't know if they're going to give too much of a crap, probably because of the same business practices and also the same problems that are occurring in the game. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Don't forget subscribing at that bell. I post daily here at 8 on Eastern time. And of course, if you guys are interested in my streams, I do stream Monday through Saturday over on Twitch, starting between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern time. If you guys are interested, got a link to that channel down in the description of this video. But as always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you all next one. Peace out.